Ooh. All right. Let's get this thing going. Alrighty. How do I do this thing? So we start in solution 9, okay. I'm gonna turn up the game volume a little bit on my end. Okay. That's gonna be probably in, what's it called? Yeah, the back room. Okay. Ethernet. Let's go. Hopefully the story still ends up being improved. I'm not gonna say good, but you know, improved. Their MSQ kind of fell flat. I like Calyx as a bad guy. Spin. Alright. Alright, let's do it. Field wants to take stock of the current crisis. Livid may be lacking the finer details in certain areas, so we'd like you to lend your perspective to the conversation. Alright. Let's do it. It's probably not a good day to stream. I'm really tired. Sorry to drag you into our meeting, but we need to get a better handle on the threats Alexandria is facing right now. Not at all. Much has happened since the state funeral, and a clear idea of where things stand would be beneficial for us as well. First things first then. Let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. Haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. The bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they wouldn't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calm down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. Probably. The King of Resolve's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that could override it with such impunity? Calyx. You lived in the age of the storm surge as I did. Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electro-technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless that he might continue his efforts into the present day. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough. Exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing Everkeep score system, that sort of thing. My big question is, if he's an endless and we destroyed all the endless, then where did he come from? Why harm the people he was ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calyx's motivations, only that he appeared incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation. We've already seen how he's employed the simulant to convince, Jesus. Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calix's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw ether from the reflections and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calix's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which, unfortunately, is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of the Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time, though, and I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you. While Galulja and Shale are working on that, I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calix. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Alright, I'll count you in too. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep. So shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thanks, you two. I appreciate the company. We have to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Landsguard and want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliolo. Alphino and Alice will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover that sector as soon as we're done. Okay, if you may. Yes, you can join us. Swag Queen of Sphene. The more mouths to ask questions, the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. We are. Do my best to not be a burden. I still like her outfit. Her outfit's awesome. More worried about you, Geo. Don't do anything stupid. We'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calix, then the drinks are on you. Cool. Let's do it. Continue this on the outside. Perfect. I want to do some things. Otherwise, I'm going to fall asleep. I am sleepy. So I'm doing this for a few hours so I can, keep my energy levels up. And not fall asleep too early and really destroy my sleep schedule. I may have to be at work early tomorrow, but going to sleep at 6:30 isn't conducive to a healthy sleep schedule. I'm just gonna stare. Those people are uneasy. All right, what are we gonna do here, dude? I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? Exactly. Let's do this. Yep, the people seem uneasy. I don't blame them. I can't say as I... It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment mortality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they're greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. Many are bound to give the endless alternative serious consideration. Indeed, and I do not blame them for that. It's only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. Yeah, I, you know, it'd be nice if we didn't have to deal with death. Oh shit. Yeah, that definitely put it in perspective. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. Oh, we're becoming a democracy now. And you think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find our people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well then. We best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle might find us. Oh, I believe someone came prepared for just such an eventuality. Sphene? Oh! Is Sphene gonna be able to join us in the dungeon? That'd be pretty cool. Parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. Is Sphene are they trying to make, like, Sphene into a scion or something? Or, sorry, part of the crew? Instead of, like... Yeah, that would be interesting. So I lay claim to some small measure of skill. Those glasses are goofy. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. The first rule of D&D is don't split the party. I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Oh, it's me and Geode? Boo! That would have been fun to be with Sphene. Sphene's pretty cool. Very well, we shall end our patrol in the plaza just past Truview and await you there. Alright, Geode, let's do this. Let's do the rounds then. Let's see what's what. Chat to people we meet along the way. Anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that'll earn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. This is the same thing as... Yeah. Okay, so they just changed it from, like, being with us to, like, actual escort. Light-hearted citizen. What has me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now that I've gone through with the registration, I've never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers. Of the 5,000 slots available, over 3,800 have already been filled. So, if you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make your mind up. Mark my words, friend. If there's only a few slots left, it's gonna get very ugly. I thought they only gave out 5,000 of the new regulators or something like that. Or was it only 1,500 of the new regulators? I'm forgetting some of the main details of last patch, I believe it was. Used to drink around here all the time. Made sure not to overdo it when I had work the next day, but once we were past the busy season or when the ladies weren't amenable to my company, well, you have to scrape me off the street outside in the morning or afternoon. The worst I ever got was on what should have been the worst day of my life, if only I could remember it. I was still wearing a regulator back then. It was also the day I first met Shale, although I guarantee she's forgotten it completely. Are the Sentry and yeah, can't say that. Air wheelers safe to be around now? I just know it's gonna happen again. And maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a neo-regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen Sphene said so. Oh. Wait. There's not a new tier. There might be new alliance raid. You want to hear my story? Well, I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear. There's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know it's not so strange these days, but he never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant, until it happened. A word? I feel like there is a new factor in these stories we've heard, one we hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. That a victim of the violence was wearing a neo-regulator. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we'd normally think about. With the supply of souls cut off though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into the casualties from the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. That is interesting. Let's ask around on the street over there to the east. It was pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if this was a pattern or not. It's a very good point. Very good point. All right, what's over here? It was once my job to deliver goods by hover cargo. Guessing that's this. Yeah, it is. That's why I know a fair number of names and faces throughout the city. The little ones who jump for joy when I brought them packages, the old lady who always greet me with a smile. I'd hate for anything bad to happen to them. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. Unarmed sentry. Those eyes. God, that's still cool armor though. Hello. How are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. You narrowed it down to the recreation zone then? You must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured, 87 individuals. Casualties, 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators, 0. Interesting. So he just went after the people who are abandoning the regulators. Ooh. Bun boy? Or is that a bun girl? That's a girl. Sorry. And really humid here. You wish to know if the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators? I'm sorry, but I was assigned to cleaning away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assume the extras had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered about that were quite a chore to clean up. Nothing else worthy of mention. Yep, I was half joking with my boast of Shale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. I agree. Didn't Didn't Kryle say to meet them in the plaza just outside of Trueview? Let's get going. Yeah, it's normally extremely dry here. So, like, my nose is always dry. And when it gets humid, like, I just get, like, really bad post-nasal drip. We finished our patrol as well. Did it not seem that more people wanted neo-regulators than before? Not you. I don't care about you. I want to talk to you, Kryle. I did want to talk to Sphene, though. She's cool. Yeah, all the dead weren't wearing regulators. Yep, that's exactly it. At least in this area. Well, the numbers are still tentative and only apply to that one zone. We don't know how they stack up against the overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? I can answer that question for you, Sphene. It's because if the people who died aren't wearing regulators, then everyone else who survived and weren't wearing a regulator would see that pattern and want to put a regulator on. Get people to be wearing regulators again so that when they die, they can supply their soul. Based solely on the lack of a neo-regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless, or if they simply failed to acquire one of the limited devices. But those who wear no regulator at all, they're basically rejecting everything that Calyx wants to do, like, completely, basically. Yep. They've clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in the knowledge that death is an inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. And so Calyx has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. That is correct. You're so smart, Sphene. But there's no need to kill anyone. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. But the way things were, people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. Make a good point. Perhaps this sowing of terror is in service to another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. Ooh, maybe. Aha! The dust. The sanitation worker's story. She saw no bodies, but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust, but no bodies. Now, where have I heard that before? Do you recall when we went to save Erinville from the sentries in the outskirts? That Usher Malachite told us much the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew of what had become of it. Yikes. Both stories speak of missing... that both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present at other sites, in attempting to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to an explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calyx's murderous actions. Oh boy. Here we go. We need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but are you close enough to join them? A new investigation will have to wait. Let's go! Alright, we need a save glue-eating Jaja. Sure. Wait, what? Wait, why are they attacking each other? Is it gonna be Calix's face? Ugh! Oh, no, no, no.
Stay back! Stay away from me! Leave him alone.
I'd do the same thing.
Are you all right?
What happened here? A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
No regulator. No regulator.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly!
Jeez.
Wayakwe!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape.
Yo.
Mother! Mother, please!
God. Ugh.
Isadora!
God, please save her. Please save her.
Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
It's not your fault.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
Thank you, miss.
Man. That would have sucked. That would have really sucked.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No.
No, not forever. She'll wake soon. I'm sure of it.
That's good. Last thing you want is a child
good
without
to
their
hear.
parent. That's the last thing you want. Especially a young
Thank you
child.
for saving her.
Oh, man. The promise of tomorrow. Well, we're gonna have to, we're gonna really have to, make sure that Calyx, gets his butt kicked. She should recover in due course, but I'm glad we arrived when we did. Oh. Sup? When I was sick and couldn't move, my mother was always at my side, always keeping me company, and I'm going to do the same for her. What a good son. Forgive me, I was reckless. You shouldn't have had to waste time tending to my wounds as well. Did you see our other comrade back there? He stayed behind in the lobby, but I heard sounds of fighting. I'm sorry. He must have fallen protecting the residents. Alright, I need to grab my laundry. I'm quite literally going to be back in a minute. I just need to take it out of the dryer and then put the washer in the dryer. Back. Time. Record time. Alright, let's get this started. Isidora's gonna be alright then? I'm so glad. I just finished my ministrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. A brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand. The sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden, it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Wayakwe sent word. I'm sorry, by the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this Radius lockdown, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly. We're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector, though at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we search for Geode. I agree, since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators, if our theory holds true, then they would be prime targets for the next attack. Honestly, they just need for like residential sectors, they need to go back to using good old-fashioned meat bags as the sentries. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Our thanks. Here, take these communicators. We made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal, and have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Wayakwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Geo said he would sweep the surrounding area, so we shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going! Let's go! Charge! Spin! Is to search further to the east. East? I thought you said west. Wahoo! Geode, answer me. Okay. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look. Oh, we're going into a cutscene. You're not allowing me to look. Is he going to get jumped?
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please.
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh?
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure.
Next door? He's gonna get
Scan the
shot.
second floor. Then I'll join you.
Oh, they're grabbing all their souls.
talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining.
Oh, that makes sense.
The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
What? Jammed? Target acquired. Uh-oh.
You can't be here. You need to run now.
Huh? Calic. Oh!
A trap.
Got him. Where's Calix?
Take care of the others, eh?
Oh. Darn it. Darn it.
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe?
That's his gun.
Geode!
Is it just gonna be a dust pile? Ugh. No.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether.
Damn you, Calix.
But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Calix. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it?
Yep. Shut down living memory.
How would I?
Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations could continue unabated for 800 years.
Jeez. Oh God.
Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now?
He's a freak. He's a freak.
I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest?
That's the dilemma right there. Wow. Yeah, you would only seek other victims.
It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
I mean, we knew this was gonna... This is how it was gonna turn out. This pile of dust. These ashes. That's all that's left after you get cremated too. You just have a pile of ashes. The soul Sully left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was a friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 Endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen ether was allowed for many more Endless, why that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Yeah. That's just how some people think. For the greater good. This is a sacrifice that's acceptable to make for the greater good. You know only too well there's not noble in this sacrifice. We have to stop him, we have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. And under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession. If falls to us, we will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. Is Calyx gonna end up being the new bad guy? Man. It makes me sad. Phil and the others need to know what happened. Yep.
Our dear Geode. The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calix, and with him alone. It's all so senseless.
Yeah.
Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calix for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him. Wait, where are you going?
Don't do anything stupid. We can't lose more people.
To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
I should trail her just in case. Somebody should trail her just
Stay
in
here
case.
and get some rest.
Good.
I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Things would have been far worse if you and Geode hadn't rushed in there. Many people are still alive because of you. And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calix is hiding. But not right now.
The point threes are usually when they try to clear up and the current story.
We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Yep.
Oh, Geode.
Yep. It's the only cure is time. Only cure. Oh, Graha. Okay, Aaronville and Yashtola, what do you have to say? Cut the meeting short to deal with the aftermath of this latest violence. I assume you know better by now, but I hope you're not planning to try anything alone. We're all here with you. Hey, if I have to do something alone, I will. Did you not see me take on emo Twitter? No, you didn't, because I did that alone. Oops. Sorry. With the comrade gone, some days is almost more clear than I can bear. Geode he was an older brother to Nostalgia and me. Jill knew him longer, though, and is surely taking it the hardest. And that's on top of what happened with Kafkiwa. You think you could check on her, see how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Sometimes you just gotta be strong. Not only for yourself, but not only for those around you, but for yourself. Sometimes you feel that you're in such a place that you'll just fall apart if you don't maintain your stoicism. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. Is there anything I can do? Don't take it all upon you. You can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Kafkiwa used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Earth and Sky and say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you have a shoulder to spare. Right then, let's get out of Everkeep for a bit. Sometimes you just need someone there. Oh man. It's a fair trick on foot, so I've arranged for a couple of air wheelers. They've had their communications modules removed, so even Calyx shouldn't be able to seize control of them. Say the word and we shall set off. Let's go. We'll be flying close to those pylons, so follow my lead. Oh man. These air wheelers are General's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I need to lighten my mood. Sometimes you would come along too, and we'd end up racing. I'll take you for a race. Come on, let's go. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. Absolutely not. I have that with a few friends. I have recently taken it too far, apparently. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. And this is another way of processing through grief. One of the things I know in Judaism is that you sit Shiva for, I forget how long, and you just talk. Almost there. Be sure ground is clear before you touch down. You just talk. You share memories. You help process your own grief. And oftentimes that's the best way to just work through it. Help clear my head a touch. You know, you might have been the first person I've written who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least, the memories from my regulator days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Yeah, you just share memories. Especially fun memories, funny memories, things that, you know, really exemplify who that person was. Being competitive, that kind of stuff. Oh, shoot. Just our luck. Exactly. Man, it's been a little while since I've done combat in this game. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we? Let's go! Let's do it. This is where we met Kafkiwa.
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce.
Yeah.
Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa. Will you raise a glass?
Of course.
Oh,
What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
That's how you know that's how you know that you know someone. Oh,
I suppose I could spare a moment.
that's nice. I like it. I like this a lot. Ugh. Suppose the nerve is still a little raw, cause I'm tearing up.
They tell us Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization.
Okay.
You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company.
Not the,
So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Damned if I know. We were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything.
yeah.
By the end of it, we were both sprawled in the street.
Kafkiwa.
Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
Kafkiwa.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch. Kafkiwa explained that she wanted to protect the outside world from Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin.
Did we ever find out how she died?
But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas. I wanted to see this future
I don't
of
remember
hers
how she
come
died.
to pass.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like Kafki was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
Is that so? I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed.
Interesting.
She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents. Those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access.
Interesting.
And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room. We forced our way in, only to discover that the hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
Cool. That's awesome.
Thus were my parents' and Kafkiwa's hopes bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
Yep.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided.
Well, that's nothing. Did it because I wanted to. It was just a spot of fun. Up until people started dying, obviously, but you know.
Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I could see their smiles, hear their laughter, feel their presence, and I know they're still with us.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Always be with you.
But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this. And why I'll stay the course. Right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yep.
Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Not eluding the grief, you help me see that my comrades mean even more to me than I realized. Which only fuels my determination. I'll be spending every waking moment working to bring Calyx to account for his crimes. I'll do my part, then you do yours. Oblivion needs you. Oh man. I'll ask Girl for help. I want to re-examine the data. Starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something there that can point us in the right direction. What are my plans? Apologies for calling suddenly. I've been making my rounds on the outskirts and I can't help but feel as something is amiss. Yes, I'll join you, Sphene. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on, I have others to speak with before I return to the back room. What? You got rid of my chill music? No. I would benefit from your worldly experience. Perhaps this was my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the current state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right here. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow, I got something in my toe. Ah, ow, whoo, ow. What the heck? Neo-regulator equipped resident. You're not wearing a regulator? Don't you know the end is coming? Well, it's your life to lose. Me? Got myself one of those Neo-regulators and registered a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered user. Right now it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems the total shut up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. I pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. Okay. Oh, please tell me you brought more of those. You brought more Neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there are a few left over. Surely the government still has some. Or perhaps Queen Sphene. I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then I hardly gave death a second thought. And now that I know the truth, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Okay. Epuane. Oh, it's you. Greetings. I remember when you visited with Queen Sphene. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when our machinery might turn murderous, the specter of death is ever present. People are terrified, and the clamor for neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. I, personally, was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on, and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Because the first guy we talked to also talked about the end coming, and then this guy was talking about prayers for... Ooh, that's creepy. Yeah. That's exactly it. People are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear. And with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into a full-blown panic? When you come to the resolution, we have a problem. I'm already here with Wook, Lamat, and Alphino. Sounds like she wants us there in a hurry. We should go. It's back online? How? It should have been shut down.
What's happened? Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
It should have been shut down.
Death is your constant companion. Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following.
Sorry.
Though you enjoy a life of peace and good fortune, death needs but one instant to claim you.
Wow, really stoking the fears.
Your body's
Really
a
stoking fears.
Your heart, your brain, every fragile organ rolls the dice from moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail.
Oh, jeez.
Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
I hate this announcement so much.
The announcement began after we finished our meeting with Gossen. As for its source, well...
Calyx.
Man. This is not
There is
good.
no shame in being afraid. It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it, wish for it, pray for it. We will become endless. With evolution's brilliance, will we
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step.
Oof. Oy.
This is the
Oy.
right path for us. What other
Oy.
way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Oy.
You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us?
Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was as simple as leaving, then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion.
Yes, and that's what it means to be alive.
No matter where we go or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
Easy for you to say when you have that regulator.
What are you gonna
The
say?
Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulishola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people.
So does Calix. He wants to save the people. Want to save him from the fear,
What can I do?
the uncertainty. There's nothing you really can do.
I am not their queen.
What does Blue Alice have to say? In the citywide announcement, he has spent considerable effort recruiting his 5,000 endless, perhaps more than necessary. He just wants to get everyone scared. We had the hopefuls who descended upon Lamati dispersed for now. We could see tempers in the crowd were starting to fray. This latest wave of attacks may not have been as widespread, but people are reaching the breaking point. My apologies, the sign is not responding to any of our attempts to change the display or switch it off. Sorry, couldn't be there in time. Carl told me everything that happened while we were away. Calix has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet, if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Woklamat, please let them shelter. We welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations, and we'll be able to pick up the pace once the Landsguard arrives. Bleh, bleh, bleh. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense, and we must prepare for possible violence. If we happen to determine where Calix is hiding, though, we'd be ready to move at a movement's notice. Surely we'll find a clue of some kind soon. You can't elude us forever. Oh, somebody's making something with garlic. My window's open and it's wafting out and up into my office. Oh, it smells so good. Violence and fear, this is not the future she envisioned for our nation. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. I need to finish all my stuff before I go to bed. That's going to take a little time. I also needed to eat dinner. That is one thing I forgot to do, and that's probably also why I was really tired. Just realized that now. But if you made it this far, and if you're watching the VOD, I hope you have an amazing day. Amazing evening, amazing whatever. Hopefully your stresses in life can be minimized to as small as they can be. So